Let's see what's gonna happen today. Hopefully everyone's had a pretty nice weekend off. One of the biggest news events that came out this week was about Branson taking off to space. Although I'm not really seeing much of a boom on space right now, so that's a little intriguing. MRIN looking pretty soft right now too. CARV also looking down. There's a chance that CARV might run up, so we got to keep an eye on that. Just open up everything else I want to be looking at. SPY looking pretty simple, nothing crazy. So yeah, here we are with space pointing up right now. Pre-market it was actually pretty green. Pre-market it was almost up to 60 at a point. I didn't wake up at 4 a.m. to check because I had a pretty wild weekend, but AMC also pointing down might be a great chance for someone to grab some of it. I've sold this at 60 twice already, so I'm looking forward to this getting to 60 again. I've already got most of my funding invested, so I'm just waiting and watching and enjoying the ride, if anything. Did this go up again? Oh yeah, pointing up again. Okay. Some of the random stocks that went up last week, NBFY, Rail. I'm continuing to watch them as well to see if they're about to do anything like that again. As usual, I do Apple calls pretty much every week. Don't have the funding for it right now, or I would, but I mean, I would definitely go for an Apple call right now. You can do like a bunch of call options right now for Apple, and I would do the 147. Just do it right now if you want to. If I had the funding, I would go ahead and do it. I've been doing it pretty much every week, so you would just click right here and you would click continue. You could pick as many contracts as you want depending on how much money you have. All right, so like if you want to do 50 contracts, it's going to cost you a shit ton. If you want to just do one to try it out, you could do one. The beauty of this is that you're not, this is pretty much the max you can really lose on it if it comes down. But Apple has been wild. Like it's continuously been very good at going up. Even this day where the whole market was red and everything was down, it was a wonderful day to do a call option. You see how much it went up from like this down point. Every time it went from 140 to 143 by the end of the day. So if you bought a bunch of 141 calls, you were golden. So that's something that keeps working with that. SNES over the week I saw it was up, fell back down today. I'm pretty close to tapping the average that I'm at, so as soon as I hit that, I'll probably sell. If I need the money, I'll probably take this minus if I see something that I can buy and go major plus on. SCSN, still waiting on more news for this, but it's slowly creeping up pretty much every day. But it's been pretty wild. Like I'm waiting for another day where it does this, come down to under $4. I'd like to buy it under $4 if anything. Once the market opens up, we'll get to see what are the trending stocks for today. One of the stocks that one of the people I follow is heavily excited about is SGOC. And so I put the call list that I shared from multiple places on my in the description. So SGOC was pretty crazy yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, last week. And then of course, let me see, where did I bought at 10.99, but then I didn't see it going anywhere, so I had to sell at 9.40. Got back in at 16.88. It did, look at what it did last week, right? Like it went from a $3 stock all the way to being I believe it had touched 21. Today it looks like it's just going to be another stock that's probably going to break that again. Might get to offload this. I hope it breaks this average cost. I basically did what I often talk about not doing, which is buying at the tip. But who knew? Like, you never know when any of these stocks is just going to become another Newegg, right? Neg and Orphazyme or PH. Those two were some of the most legendary climbs I have ever seen in my history. So that's been pretty crazy. Seems Apple is. I just got a notification that Apple's on its 1 year high. Yeah, 1 year high. This is the highest price has been all year, 52-week high, and highest it's ever been, period. So Apple's been making one of the best climbs ever. I love getting call options for Apple pretty much every week. It's good money no matter what. You know, you're if you're looking to make safe call options and you're new to calls, I would say just buy one. If anything, just get one option, get one call option and see how it goes, and you'll see that it's a pretty safe damn thing to do when it comes to Apple. No problems there at all. Let me see what I wanna. Today I would like to see AMC go up, be able to sell that. Space is slowly ascending, which is very nice. SGOC hopefully breaks what I'm at, so I can sell that, get some money out, have money to invest into things. I'm interested in seeing what MRIN and CARV do. I also have a small account on my webull where that account started with just $500, nothing else in the webull account. Last week CARV was what I was able to buy in the webull account, and it is now up to, let me check. The webull account is up to 702. So I'm just trying to make it reach 1,000 and then continue up from there to more and more and more. I have my phone holder, my Samsung phone holder that just holds it right here. It's easier to use webull on the phone than it is on the browser here, because if I open up webull on the browser, I feel like it shows too many things that could end up potentially being private information. So I just continue using it on my phone. CARV is looking like it's about to make a run today. You know, I would say that this is a pretty safe place to get in at. It's been able to make its way to 35 pretty much every day. You know, you can definitely grab a few CARVs right here, see where it goes. And I think those are some of the things I would recommend doing right now. Apple calls, picking up AMC at this price, CARV right here. You know, if I had the funding, I would do it. If you have faith in space, go ahead and grab that as well. You know, it's starting off with a really nice green candle to begin with. This would be one of those sell the news events, basically. The news is there, so you know it's gonna do its thing. Besides SGOC, which was wild last week on Friday, another stock that a few of my people are mentioning is TPST. TPST is looking beautiful. Tempest Therapeutics. Whoa. So it had done this Friday, then it died. And I always mention, right, that I have a list of medical and pharmaceutical stocks that when they succeed and they skyrocket, you don't want to buy them at that point, right? That would be literally like buying them at the top. But after their skyrocketing moment, when they fall back down to something close to their usual price, which, you know, Tempest I would say is under 12 is their usual price, you want to pick it up because it's gonna fly again. Now let's see why it's flying. That's the other thing. So let's figure out what they've done. This is definitely looking like something that'll belong on the list. TPST. So participate in William Blair Biotech Conference. Oh wow, there's a biotech conference coming up. So if that's happening, then a bunch of biotech stocks are going to be flying. You know, over the last 2 weeks, the reason that things like MRIN and a bunch of other software and electronics companies were flying is because there's actually a conference coming up for tech. And so let me just check when that is again. So I announced it on my channel somewhere. Let me just see. Yeah, so virtual investor conference July 13th to 15th. So that starts tomorrow actually. There you go. So a lot of the virtual stocks like MRIN, AUUD, and a bunch of the other things that have been flying over the last few weeks are bound to fly this week for sure. You know, and here we're seeing some of the call options I've been doing regularly. You know, I just started doing that last week actually. And then for today, we're looking at these guys: SGOC, DIDI, GALT, EDU, TBLT, keeping an eye on these guys over here as well. All right, and now we can kind of see that Tempest pretty much doubles every time, but I don't see anything about what they're actually, you know, like they haven't announced specific things, it seems. But oncology is a great sector in medicine to invest into, because we're all still looking to fix cancer, right? So they use things I personally haven't actually heard of. I haven't heard of the CGAS sting pathway. That is not in my medical studies as far as I've seen, so I'd like to look into that after our session. I know about PPAR alpha, don't know about EP2, EP4, and I'm not sure what TREX1 is either. So these are definitely looking like some new molecules that may be related to cancer cells being immortal, and that's what they're targeting. So, you know, TPST keeps going. I feel like once the market opens, it'll probably have a pullback, like this right here. So if you look at this day, right, when the market opened 9:30, it didn't really do much. It slowly had this like creeping. It went up, down, up, and then fell all the way down. And today it took off, right? So it'll probably do another one of these like tiny falls, and then possibly fly more. But I'd like to see who else is attending that conference, the biotech conference, and start collecting some of those guys as the day comes forward. Crypto still sucking ass right now. It'll fly when it'll fly. I'm already prepared and ready with my 300 Litecoin and 10,000 Doge. But a couple stocks I need to offload, especially Regulus and EVFM, as they make their way. We got 18 more minutes to see what's going to happen when the market does open up. And then we get to see what's happening on our trending stocks list. Last week, you know, this is how the week ended on Friday, right? So Apple had hit a new all-time high, which it's doing again today. It broke that all-time high. Any continuously kept having massive volume, like really massive volume for no reason. It was Thursday and Friday that this had high volume both of those days. BTU as well was looking really interesting. And then Chemocentrics has been one that a lot of people are talking about, CCXI right here. So CCXI is actually something I want to go ahead and I'm going to edit this and put that in there too, just to have on my watch. Because CCXI has been looking really intriguing. How much is it at now? 1685. Okay. Yeah, so like over the week it's been going up. Commercialization of medicine. And of course commercialization of anything is money. Got another alert for CETX. Penny stock, nice. Whoa. Up 50 cents. Holy shit. That's pretty nice. Let me grab some of this since I have the funding for it. How many can I grab? Let me see. 20. Yeah, let's get in right here. I'll try to see if I can grab this and maybe sell at 215. So I should have filled at maybe 207, 208. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get this off at 215. Play this out. This looks pretty nice. Let me see what they've done. The only thing has been a long time ago, so nothing today. Don't see anything today. Interesting. We've got most of these on our list already. So this website that I use right here, we can also use this tab up here to look at gap up stocks, things that are still gapping up with a lot of space. So this is why I'm really interested in TBLT. As you can see right here, it's also, it looks like the #1 volume in gap ups, yeah, TBLT. So TBLT might be something that if I sell enough things today, I might grab a heavy amount of it and try to see if I can swing that into whenever it's going to have a massive boom. But I'm in CETX right now. Let me open up TBLT also. I want to grab TBLT while it's still low though, and I don't know how long it's going to wait for me, because it's had its yeah, it's pretty low right now. It's very low. You know, it had its boom last week. It's coming back down to it now, which would put it back into buying position, because you don't want to buy it up here. This is why I say always buy stocks near where it usually has been before a boom. You know, you don't want to buy it once it breaks its usual area. This is at a very nice viable price right now, especially if it's showing up as a gap up. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna save. I'm gonna move this tab all the way over here. I'm gonna save that as one of my potential swings I'm gonna try to get into. I'd prefer getting into it even lower than that, maybe around under 70 cents. But you know, anything, it all depends on how much I can get out of some of these positions that I'm holding right now. But if you got into MRIN, you're definitely looking forward to profiting. If you want to grab CARV, both of these are looking like, sorry, not MRIN, Space. Right, Space and CARV are both looking wonderful places to enter still. You want to try to get into it right now before the market opens. It's probably going to boom as soon as it does open. AMC is also at a wonderful price, looking beautiful. And Apple is at one of those places. You can get those call options for 147 right now, and you'll definitely be green by the end of the day. So looking forward to that. And I wanted to continue watching TPST. Chemocentrics looks like it's coming back up again. TPST seems like it's breaking new barriers. Yep, going towards 38. Very nice. Let's see what happens. We have 12 more minutes still until the market does open. But these are some of the things that are definitely worth, you know, investing into. Let me that's about it for that. Not only do I like to announce it, of course, there, but I also use that as a good way to kind of keep record for myself to see what's happening and what I've been doing. pretty good. SGOC is about to break and go green for me. Yeah, here we are. SGOC definitely started at a cheaper price that I was in at, so that's another place that that you guys could have got in at. Now it's starting to get exciting. The CSN going up. Very nice, very nice. People have been swinging SCSN since last week, but to me this looked really, you see this looks really ugly. Like, that is not what I'm about, in all honesty. I would like to set a limit sell for this in case it goes crazy after the market opens. For 17, I think it might hit 17 and kind of fluctuate down. I'll have a chance to re-enter it if anything. So I'm going to set that limit because it looks like it's about to hit 17 really easily, but some of these things can be really I would say really volatile, so they kind of hit prices and come back down really quickly. I've got my webull open over here as well. SGOC, this breakthrough already, man. Let's see what MTSL is doing. I forgot to open that. Telemanagement. I would say this already kind of boomed, so I'm not really looking to try getting stuck in that. Antelope Enterprises. That looks like a better entry price. Okay. Okay. Enterprise Holdings. Let's keep them both open. We'll get to see what it does and learn. And the last thing is to open fill PHIL. Ooh. Philip Morris been booming lately, okay. Not my cup of tea, but okay. Apple call options every day, guys. Every day. Until it starts to look like it's dying someday, call options on Apple every day. Like, there's just no way you can go wrong. And you want to buy when it's still like, you know, at the 0.08 point, and get the call option for the next dollar at the end of the week. It should expire. As long as this approaches 147 today, by the end of the day, you just day trade it, get rid of it today. If it doesn't, you wait it out until Friday, and you know, you see what it does. CCXI just took a little dump down. SCSN still stable. We got 4 minutes until things start up big time. MRIN broke 51. I'm sorry, I keep calling it MRIN space. Just broke 51. Going on. Very interesting. This might actually go to like 55. See, so the thing with space is, although it had great news and it had Branson going to space and all that, it's something that you and I probably can't do, right? Because it's like $100,000 to fly. So it's not something everyone's excited for. That's kind of contributing to this not really flying and soaring high, you know. And it's also expensive. If it was like a $10 stock, it would have broken to 20 or 30 big time already. But it's already a $50 stock to begin with. Yes, AEHL, as I said, was definitely looking like at a better price to get in at. It's already gone up quite a bit. You're already 20 cents profited if you bought enough copies of it. I feel like as soon as the market opens, it's probably gonna fluctuate and maybe try to make its way to 5. But MTSL is already really high compared to that. You can see how tall this is. So this is a little more dangerous. It might fall. It might try to go towards 9. I always prefer buying the cheaper stocks, right? So AEHL looking like the better thing to get in on. If you didn't get in at like closer to 4, at this point it's almost time for market to open. I would wait and watch, and if it takes off, it takes off. It's okay. My SGOC sell order went through. See? Sold at 17, and this is why I do limit orders, because it sold and came back down so quickly I didn't even see it. So that's great. That gives me some money to play with now. Where do I play with it is the real question. I mean, damn. Oh, it's breaking out. Oh. Do I have enough to buy even one option here? Let's see. I think I have enough just to buy one option. Oh no, okay, I could buy more than one, but it just took a big jump up a couple cents. So I'd like to not do it right now. I prefer buying it cheaper than up there. But we have 1 more minute until the market opens anyway. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. It is almost time. Let's see what CETX does. CARV going. Here we are. Space. Oh, okay. So 9:30. Market has opened, and space just fell from 51. MRIN fell. Interesting. SGOC breaking out past 17. Good for them. Oh shit. Very funky morning. AMC dipping. But I'm not that heavy in here, so it's okay. I'll hold that. That's not a problem. It looks like most things took a fall for the worse as soon as the market opened, including Apple. There you go. Now see, it's a good thing I didn't buy an option after, right? So now that I've waited for this long, this is even a better place to enter and get a position in. SGOC took off, approaching 20, but too dangerous of a price mark for me to try getting a second position in there. I'm just glad I was able to get out of it green because I did buy it at a high, so saved me that embarrassment. All right, I got in at 1688, so at 17, measly cents, nothing major, but it's all good. AEHL falling, MTSL still trying to go towards 9, looking good. Got to see what this does now. I'm green here. Not sure where I would want to sell this. I'm not sure how much it's gonna actually boom, but let's take a look at our trending stocks for today. So clearly, yep, SGOC, the big guy right now. CCXI is up here, CVM, D Nut is up here. Krispy Kreme, Overstock, too expensive, but Overstock has been pretty popular before as well. And then if our gap up stocks, we've still got SGOC, AST Space Mobile, ASTS, and Virgin Galactic Space. They kind of both tend to go together. Interesting to see BBIG here again. I've made a lot of money off of BBIG in the past. Not sure what it'll do now. I'm not looking to buy this. Let me see BBIG. Did Apple stop falling yet? Oh, okay. So how much is that option now? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Wow, this just broke out. Crazy jump and halted. Friggin' awesome. Good for them. Good for them. BBIG kind of pointing up. Wow, so over the last few days it's been doing its thing like that. Not bad. But you see, this is one of those stocks where after the boom it starts to do this downfall. If anything, this would be something you could play for a few cents and then it's definitely gonna fall, so be careful with that. SGOC halted. CARV on its way to 33. I've got CARV in, I've got a couple CARV in my webull account already. Should probably submit a limit order for that right here. Let's get this off. Yeah, man, I just sold SGOC as a limit order because I was already in at a pretty bad price, but this is looking wonderful and it's halted. And I've got my webull account. I just want to get a limit order in there for CARV. How much is it at right now? 30. Let's sell this at 32, I guess, for now. If it goes, it goes. Interesting. Let's see what's gonna happen with that. Is GOC break 20 yet? The halt. The SEC back at work. BBIG is trying to go. TPST still halted. AMC trying to come back up. CARV should hit my limit price to sell pretty soon. SGOC hit its 52-week high. Of course it did. It's never been that high. It's always been a little baby stock that's up 1,000% over the year. 600% just over this week. That's disgusting. That's freaking insane. Like, imagine putting in, like, at that point I could just sell all my Litecoin and buy a bunch of SGOC, but that would be if I bought it at $2. Yeah, that'd be a massive gain. It's always fun to watch these rather than actually get stuck in them though, so you want to be careful. Space halted on its way down. Interesting. Interesting. That's pretty unfortunate. They probably didn't expect that happening. What's Apple at now? 145.25. Okay. Just gotta. Let's see. I just got this notification. We posted in the comments right here. Ooh, that looks weird. That does. Oh no, that actually came in pretty decently. But it actually does look pretty weird. Well, basically, those AEHL entry 4.0, 4.10 roughly, and PT of 425. There you go, like that. That was the notification for AEHL, which it's way past already. So that's how quickly some of these things move. Like these people. Oh, he said it himself too. It was so quick. As he was typing it, it went up. Good for them. Good for AEHL. As I said, this was at a much better price than something else. The MTSL, that one was looking a little too high. I'll watch this out. I'll wait this out. This isn't so big of an entry anyway. I'm more interested in seeing how much this dips. It's very rare for Apple to dip, so when it is doing something like that, you want to get a call option for sure, because it's gonna make its way back up. It's too powerful not to. I just want to see what SGOC does when it unhalts, and then we're done for today. Ooh, CARV dipping. Everyone trying to jump on SGOC maybe? AEHL's hit 450. Way beyond that price right there. Someone in the comments said DRV. What was DRV? That's an ETF. Inverse leveraged. Interesting. Could be spam. I just want to see what this does. I wish they would say how soon it'll unhalt. This could most likely be a massive jump up, because these are some beautiful green candles, as you can see right here. This is probably going to jump up to past 20 real quick, but I just wanted to get out. I had it in at a pretty high price to begin with. Space unhalted, looks like it's further dying. SGOC should get unhalted pretty soon. TPST unhalted. Let's go unhalt this. Terrible people. SEC always messing everything up for people. It's a very mixed market today, if anything. knife right here. This was on its way to 9 and it just fell. That's unfortunate. That's a bull trap right there. That's why you want to avoid stocks that are at a very unsafe feeling price, right? Like that's not anywhere close to the $4 it usually is. It was already more than double. You don't want to really try entering there unless of course there's reason for it in any way. There we go. Nice. SGOC going crazy, man. This is like the new AMC if anything lately. You know, this month it's up 1,000%. Just this week alone it's up 700%. And if you bought it at a dip where it was under $10 again, you are double today, right? Up 130%. Oh my god, this is insane. And it's halted again, isn't it? It's halted again. Yep. So this is gonna keep going. That's beautiful. A little sad I got out of it, but I was in a dangerous position to begin with. You never know when something gets knifed again. But it's broken its previous high, so that's sexy. That's very sexy. So there you have it, guys. Thanks a lot for joining, and we'll continue again next week. Well, tomorrow, I guess.